Good morning, traders. It is 10 o'clock Friday morning, September 12th of 2025. I have waited the first 30 minutes, which is the first rule in my rule book that I've broken a couple times this week, and it's hurt dearly, so today I made sure to follow it. So we are 30 minutes into the market day. The market on the first 15-minute candle sold off. Second 15-minute candle was bought back up. We did have some economic data that was just released, which was the Michigan consumer sentiment. And it looks like, based on that data, we're getting a little bit of a sell-off right now on this 10 o'clock candle. We are looking at the 15-minute candle. And the game plan for today, if you saw the first video I posted, is we are going to be waiting for SPY to either break out from the daily highs, 658.34. If that happens, I'm going to wait for a retest to show using the 1-minute chart and target 560 for my profits. If the SPY does reject off of the daily high, that 658.34, then I'm going to look for the retest of that rejection, which is what I'm looking for is a John Wick. It's a hammer doji candle to the downside with confirmation after that candle. Or I'll be looking for an engulfing candle, which is a large red bar that swallows the bar previous. And I'm going to target the pre-market low of 656.30. The last scenario I'm looking for today is if SPY falls below the pre-market low area, 656.33, then I'm going to look for a retest of that breakthrough. I'm going to be looking for that John Wick hammer doji with confirmation that follows, or I'll be looking for that engulfing candle using that 1-minute chart. And my target for that play would be the daily low, which is sitting at 653.60. So this is exactly what I'm looking for when I'm taking these plays. And as we watch the price action play out, currently there's nothing being shown that matches those strategies. So all I do now is I continue to be patient and I wait. I wait for either one of those 3 scenarios to play out. If this just chops back and forth throughout this area that it's in now, then I trade nothing at all today. So that's what I'm waiting for. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me on this video. Who knows if a trade is going to take place right now or in the next 30 minutes, but I'll have this video, last about 15, 30 minutes to see exactly where it comes in at. If it doesn't play out this video, this will just be kind of me talking about my thoughts of the current price action going about until one of those scenarios plays out. And if the video does get too long, I'll cut it short here, and then when I actually do take a trade, I'll start it back up. So yesterday was a bad day for me. I did record the trade that I took, but it was just so embarrassing that I couldn't even post it. I did something really dumb yesterday. I bought pretty much the opening 15-minute candle. Going to the downside was my expectation, so pretty much it formed just like it formed today with that red candle. And of course, the next candle came out and was a giant green candle, just like today is appearing. And instead of stopping myself out like I should have, I continued to buy into that position, hoping that things would turn around and I would have a good video to show. But unfortunately, that video cost me so much money yesterday, guys. I lost $1,700. All because of my lack of discipline and, more importantly, my lack of patience. So that lesson I am fully taking into today with me, and I'm going to be extremely patient and wait for one of the 3 scenarios to play out that I have in my head. And once again, if none of those play out, then I don't trade. I am getting pretty low in funds on my portfolio. I'm down to my last 2,400. So I am going to risk it all today. Of course, if I have another big losing day, then what I'll need to do is refund my portfolio. And how do I do that? I got to go do some work. So whether that's going to find a little part-time job, a full-time job, or just doing little side jobs around the neighborhood or running Uber orders. But if I have another big losing day today, then that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. Going to have to find some more money to trade with. My overall life goal is to be a trader. I do not want a career in anything else. I don't want to work for any other company. I don't want a boss. I don't want to have to deal with angry and dumb customers. I don't want to deal with that life anymore. So that's why I'm so passionate about trading. I need to make this work for myself. I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths. The important thing is knowing your weaknesses. If you truly know them, then the next step after knowing them is you have to recognize when those weaknesses are coming up. For example, today, I saw this 15-minute candle going down again. My weakness almost kicked in and I almost bought puts again on that downside 15-minute candle. Lack of patience, big weakness. If that would have occurred, then I would have had the same scenario today as I did yesterday when I took that huge loss. So I'm not going to replay that mistake. I'm not going to replay that weakness. So today what I did is when I felt those urges and that anxiousness coming up to buy in, I removed myself from the computer. I walked away. I actually turned on the recap of last night's game, the Packers and the 49ers, and I watched that full recap to kill some time. Got myself some water, got myself some coffee, and now I'm back on the charts after this 10 o'clock. So that's where we're at, and that's what we're doing. We're seeing the market getting bought up right now. It just broke above the pre-market highs. So what we are waiting for here is a break above the daily high or a rejection from that daily high. And then we're going to switch over to the 1 minute candle and see exactly how it reacts with that level. If it breaks above, we're waiting for a retest. So we're waiting for a touch of that level to occur if it breaks above to buy into calls. Or we're waiting for a fake out breakout to show. So basically it breaks out, but maybe the next one or two candles falls right back below. And if that occurs, then that's a symbol that it might be rejecting off of that level. And if that happens, we'll wait for a retest to occur of it trying to go back to that level to buy into puts. So one of those two scenarios in this area of the board here, this area of the chart, is what we're waiting for. Hope you guys are having a good start to your Friday out there. It's a great day here in Florida. It was pretty wet and nasty overnight, but the sun's out, things are drying up. It's hot and humid just like it always is in Florida. But I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are in the country. I got some news playing in the background. You'll be hearing Trading View behind me here, or the trading fraternity.
Oh shit, bro, my chat is frozen. Oh shit.
I'll be having some music going on too as well.
Yeah, my whole thing is lagging right now. But something's going on with these names. Robinhood on the low. Check Cigna, AstraZeneca, and then J&J. Yeah, bro, mine really got stuck. It's working now, yeah. Utah rifle was found at Mauser 306.
together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah. But I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history. With that, I'll now turn the microphone over to the director of the FBI, Kash Patel.
Thank you, Governor. This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to
Getting a little bit of a sell-off occurring here on this 15-minute candle. I'm going to scroll through my other watch list options here to see what's going on throughout the market.
White House, who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally.
Gold is heading up for the day.
They had our backs the entire way.
The Dow Jones is showing positivity with some buyers in action, but putting off a big wick off of that London close of yesterday.
In 33 hours, we have made historic.
The Qs are also up, and they are above the daily high area themselves. Looks like they're doing a retest, possibly going higher there.
Partnership will endure. Your state and local partners, your sheriffs, your DPS community.
IWM, the Russell 2000, is currently selling off. It looks like it's using that London close as a rejection area. Amazon is also selling off to start the day, has broken below the daily low and the pre-market lows, did a solid retest and heading lower at the moment.
A little bit of the timeline.
Apple is way up there. It has officially broken through the daily highs and is still going upwards.
With chiefs of police at 12:39 and secured the scene.
Google is selling off to start the day. 3 15-minute red candles has broken below the London close and the pre-market lows of the day.
We also utilize these assets to go back and forth.
Nvidia is taking some sell-off pressure with 3 red 15-minute candles, still within the pre-market high and low area, but has broken below the Asia low and bouncing off the USA close currently. AVGO is also taking a sell-off, breaking below the daily low area and testing the Asia close of this morning, still above the pre-market lows.
Myself and Deputy Director Bongino
PLTR is finding some good buyers and has broken out through the Asia close and the London close of yesterday and heading to the upside towards the daily high of yesterday. JP Morgan Chase has broken out above the daily highs as well as the pre-market highs. Got as high as, looks like 306.75 and is taking some downward pressure at the moment from that level.
33 to be precise. Thanks to the full weight.
Robinhood is currently selling off, has broken through the daily lows and continues to trend down. Alibaba is currently selling off, has broken through the pre-market lows and is currently still selling from that level after a retest.
We're so transparent. We're committed to that transparency.
Uber has found some buyers at the daily low level, as it looks like it did a fake out breakout of that daily low and is now soaring upwards, heading towards the pre-market highs. And the last one on the watch list is Hims and Her Health, which is also buying or finding
To
some
learn more about
buyers,
what was needed,
has
what resources
broken
we
back
needed
into
to
the
prepare.
pre-market
To create a
zone,
full
broken
picture
back
for the
through that
FBI
pre-market
and
low,
leadership
and
back in
is now
Washington.
heading to the
Furthermore,
pre-market
thankfully for
highs.
state and local partners, forensic
So
evidence
that's
has
my
been
watch
seized
list. That's usually
and
what I
continues to be
look at
garnered.
every single day
Forensic
and
evidence
figure
has
out where I'm going to
already been
make my
evaluated
trades.
at FBI
I do
laboratories
spend
applying
most of
both
my
state and local
time, though,
authorities
on
here.
the
We will
SPY, as
continue
you've
to
already
process
noticed.
evidence as we see it, as we collect it, and we will continue to deliver to Governor Cox and his team.
Okay, you're coming back
Last
down. I
night
don't
we
know
had
if
a
this
total
is
of
Apple or
approximately
everything
7,000
else,
interviews.
but
Excuse me,
if
7,000
we could
leads.
get a big move, that
As
maybe
of
that's
this
our
morning,
fun.
thanks to your great work, we have over 11,000
So
leads
currently,
that
the
were
market
logged
did
in
break
to the
out from the
FBI,
pre-market
and we are running out every single
highs
lead
and
that we
is
test.
flushed right back down,
Every
back
one of
below
those
the
leads will
USA
be broken.
close, and is playing with the London close of
Senor, someone
yesterday.
baked by Blue Apron. You can whip up a crowd pleaser in no time.
In law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as director of the FBI, there is no better relationship.
News? I don't know, but I would take your profit.
With state and local authorities.
I still have some, but I've taken most of the profit.
Now, I am very tempted to play this downward move as this red bar that came out after the green bar is almost an engulfing bar and did almost reject off of those daily highs. Now, I do feel like I'm kind of creating excuses, so maybe I should definitely wait. However, I do see downward pressure forming, and we are getting some buyers buying it back up. So I will definitely be patient, but I am feeling a little bearish at the moment with the downside bias here.
Critically important to our nation. And we deliver.
Just got to wait and be patient. Once again, this is a 15-minute chart. It hasn't really hit any one of our three scenarios quite yet. So I'm going to just wait and be patient here and see exactly how this plays out.
This is our 2027 program.
Yeah, your IOQ thing is already on.
Those 10,000 visible pivots and assume they're in a competitor's device.
We just got it before. We got it right as it started.
I don't see any other big economic data out there that's going to affect the market. So anything that really affects the market today is going to be news events. So if we get those random posts from Trump, or he does a live interview, or we get some new news on tariffs, or if a war breaks out, something like that, if that comes out, the unforeseen news data would be the only thing that kind of affects the market today, whether it's to the upside or to the downside.
As the sheriff to express my gratitude.
Right now, to me, the market is just kind of ranging back and forth. You can't really say if it's weak or strong. It is still trading in the top half of the pre-market area. It looks like some buyers are stepping back in off of the London close of yesterday. So we just have to be patient. We don't want to jump into a position too early until the market shows us its true direction of the day. If it's going to be a range day, then we won't play SPY at all. We'll look for other opportunities on our watch list.
Across the state, sheriffs, chiefs, our state partners have stepped up and come to the call on anything that we needed. County chiefs have been phenomenal. Our Utah County
It's like right now, I'm kind of feeling that anxiety. I do feel anxious. I kind of feel that energy building up in my chest where I almost want to make a decision at this point. But I know that's my weaknesses kicking back in. My weakness is giving in to my urges, and this anxiety is forming an urge for me to buy puts right now. That's what I'm really wanting to do. But I know if I do it now, it does not fall into the plan that I've created. So I would be going against myself in the form of a gambling mindset compared to a strategic mindset. And I did that yesterday to myself, and it ended horribly. So I don't want to make that mistake again. I want to be patient. I want to see this do what I want it to do and show me a clear direction that I can buy into and take advantage of. So being patient is by far one of the most important things that you can do when you're trading this market, because if you don't, you end up in chop, kind of like it's doing now, to where it's just going to give you a whole emotional roller coaster that you never really needed to be on in the first place. So if you're out here trading, make sure you are patient. Wait that first 30 minutes, if not the first hour of the day, and let the market show you a clear direction before you hop in and make your trade for the day.
And we keep doing it again. Bigger volume is only
Sit here, watch, wait, see exactly what happens on this beautiful Friday. We are just waiting for the market to show us a clear direction. Right now, it's just been a bunch of down, up routine, so no real clear direction popping out like it showed us yesterday. The overall bias on Friday is pretty bearish. As I reviewed the last 10 Fridays, 6 of those 10 were downside moves, so 60% bearish on the day, 40% bullish. I actually think it was 30% bullish, and then there was a day of chop where the market just kind of went up and down like it's doing now. So when I do these trades, I do like to review the past data, but when you're trading the market, you truly have to take history, the past, with a grain of salt, because it literally may never repeat what it's going to do from the prior day that it did it. So you can use it as something that possibly may happen, but never hold on to it like it will happen. So you really have to understand how to use past information when you're making your trades. You can definitely look at it as something that may happen, but never guarantee yourself that it's something that's going to happen. There are absolutely no certainties. There are zero guarantees in this market. And that is the reason why risk management is so very important. If you lack risk management or don't know how to manage your risk, then don't trade until you actually can master that tool in the toolbox. Patience, discipline, risk management are by far the top 3 things you must master if you're going to take on this lifestyle as a career. I've been doing this now for 1 full year. Be about a week from now will be a full year for me as a day trader doing this to make a living. And it started off okay. Never really got rich off of it, just made enough to pay the bills. However, these last few months have been pretty bad for me. So I've recognized the reasons why, and it's all due to my weaknesses of not being patient, not being disciplined. And now I must go ahead and recognize when these bad habits pop up so I can control them and not give in to them. The only way for me to recover out of this hole that I'm in my trading career currently is for me to change the way that I think. And for me to do that, I must recognize those old thoughts coming up and ignore those thoughts and change them to something that's going to put me into a better position. It's going on 10:23 right now. We are waiting for this next candle to come out in about 7 minutes. Right now, the market is just ranging up and down, no real set direction to trade. So I'm going to end this video right now, and I'll post another one when I do decide to hop into a trade or when one of my 3 scenarios gets closer to its approach. Hope you have a great Friday. Thanks for listening and on my mental thoughts of the market. Enjoy your weekend, and God bless.